Today, you're learning where the pulley system is and what you'll need to get started with it. Jake, come on over here with me. So the pulley systems are going to be hung up for now until I find a different place for them, here or here. They're different because of the way that the bottom piece is connected. So the bottom piece is what the weight is actually going to go on. So here the weight would go through here, which we'll demonstrate in another video. And here is the bottom of the pulley. So we either have a contraption like this or like this. It really doesn't matter. They're interchangeable. This can go on that and vice versa. Really not a big deal. But this is where the weight will eventually go onto. This is important just for the weight. You have the pulley system itself, which is always going to have this piece at the top, right? They might be different sizes. Obviously, you're going to have your rope. You're going to have your carabiners on both ends, and then you'll have a bottom piece. This is what the weight will be attached to at the bottom, and this is what whatever device you're going to use, whatever exercise you're going to use, will be on this carabiner here, right? So we have our carabiners get hooked on, and then we have whatever device you want to use. They're going to be used for different exercises, which is outside of the scope of this conversation. However, you have the bottom of the pulleys that you'll need for your weights. You have a rope, you have different straps, you have handles, you have a triangle pulley, you have just a single handle, which would be with these single handles. One is metal, the rest are just other material. You guys have a flat bar, and then you have, this would be used for like a pull down for your back, and then it's also up here as well. So they're somewhere on this wall, and as I keep getting more, I will add to it. This is essentially where you get it, the pieces that you'll need, put them back in their place, how you get the pulley. Now we'll talk about how you set up a pulley in the next video. Here's what I need. I have my pulley. Where you put your pulley in terms of what rack you put it on will determine the outcome, the desired outcome of the exercise. Here's what I mean. Depends on really your height, where you want to go. So obviously we have different height pull-up bars. First off, we just put it on this clip here. Always start with loading the weight. If you put your apparatus on first, this will sink down, and then the weight end will go up. So you always start with what weight you want to use first. We take the weight, put it through. Now it's here. Clip this on. So we have our weight set up. Now we put on whatever apparatus we want to use for our desired exercise. We'll just put on the rope, for example. Now, what I started the video with, the height of here will determine when you actually start to get engagement versus when it's just at rest. So for me, if I was doing a tricep extension, this is too low for my starting point. I want the starting point to be around here because I have no tension here. The exercise is essentially just this little movement, but I want the exercise to start from here. So I can either take a knee and do it, or I can put this carabiner on a higher pull-up bar. Therefore, in the standing position, the end of the exercise is here, and then I have the full extension that I want. It's probably easier once you're set up to just change your height. You can just be on a knee. You could get on a bench, sit on a bench, as long as we get the desired length. And that's what we would learn, whatever exercise you want to do. Now, this might be appropriate if I wanted to do, say, a lat pull down, for example. Here, I can already be in a seated position, pull down, and now I'm good. I have tension throughout the whole entire movement. And now I'm sitting down, and I don't need any other thing. I'm perfect, right? Now, if I was doing this standing, and I was trying to do the same exercise, I can't. It's not even above my head. Maybe I could take a knee and go here. The whole range of motion, we want the weight to be off the ground. That's basically what we want to do. We don't want this weight touching until we are ready to rest on that said exercise. So again, for my tricep curl, it's not off the ground. I want it to be off the ground before I start, so I can get the full range of motion under tension the whole entire time. This is an example of a height that's desired for someone taller, where I don't have to change my level. I don't have to get to a bench. I don't have to go on one knee. I can just start from a standing position. Say if I was doing a tricep curl or a tricep extension, for example. I'm here. I have tension throughout the whole entire movement. When I am done, now it can go at rest. So this is an example of it being higher versus a lower pull-up bar, where then you have to change your desired height. The only issue is getting it up there. As long as you can get the carabiner connected, step on a bench, use a box, then you're good. You don't have to worry about anything. This would also be perfect if I wanted to do some kind of pull down. I could just step back a little bit. So if I just do it from underneath, again, I have no tension. I step back a little bit, get some tension, and now I can row throughout the entire range of motion without needing to change my height. If I want it to be directly under, then now I have to change my height. There's only so high you can actually get this carabiner up. Your height really is the most important piece of the puzzle when knowing where to connect on how, and also how you're going to change your height. For Kelsey, she's going to be perfect doing any exercise because her range of motion as she's grabbing the piece right now, she could do a lat pull down, she can do a tricep extension, she could do whatever. So for her, this is going to be perfect for probably any exercise. Now, clearly, if she was to go to a lower bar, then she might have to adjust based on her height. Let's see her do some tricep extensions. Here you have tension throughout the entire range of motion, and then when she's finished, now the plate could be at rest. When she's finished, yep, perfect, good, she's done, and now it's at rest. It might be a little bit tough for her to grab at first, but again, you could just use something to get up to that or have someone help you pull it down real quick. Just as I said, when you start with the weight, you have to put the weight on first before you put your apparatus on. Same thing's going to apply for when you want to add weight having already done something. So for this, since there's only the one handle on there, it's not going to matter. I could take this off and nothing's going to happen because it's so light. But had I had something else on here, and I had undone this, this is going to come right down and hit you, right? So either A, you have someone holding this, B, you take it off yourself, or C, as you undo this, you hold it with one hand, which makes it very difficult to then get the weight on. See, there's nothing I could really do from this position, so I kind of have to navigate it a little awkwardly, which is not what you want to do. And now I strap it on. The best bet is to have someone hold it. If no one's around, undo it real quick. And then you don't have to worry about anything happening because it's already up there.